Welcome. We are glad to see you. Michael and I are really looking forward to a wonderful collaborative event this year, and we couldn't do it without you, sponsors and exhibitors. So we're really excited to work with you. And this today's session is a sponsor orientation and help session. So we're going to answer all of your questions and make sure that you feel like you're ready to go, hit the ground running. As we all know, you got to just get things going quickly when you get to the conference. So I am Wendy Himes, Director of Membership and Conferences at Vision Serve Alliance. And also joining us is Michael Epp, the Manager of Professional Education at Envision. So we're really excited about this new collaboration. And one thing we said when we were planning to do this collaboration was, who's really going to win is the sponsors and exhibitors because they'll be reaching twice as many people. So we're really excited to dive in today and tell you more about what you can expect. So thank you, Helen, for driving for us. This is Helen Chapman. She is our Director of Operations here at Vision Serve Alliance and Zoom extraordinaire. Thank you. So during this session, we are going to cover how to register your on-site and virtual staff. We're going to cover booking your room through our group booking link, the setup, how you're going to build your virtual booth, how you'll set up your on-site exhibit table, pre-event marketing suggestions, as well as what's the schedule and what are the key networking events that you'll want to attend. How to collect leads, and then post-event follow-up with your attendees. So we really hope that we'll answer most of your questions. Next slide, please. Okay, so the first thing we're going to make sure that we cover is how to complete your registration. So the deadline for registration is May 10th. That's when our registration portal will close. So we want to make sure that you have all of your on-site personnel registered, as well as anybody who's attending virtually for your company. They also need to be registered in order for them to show up in your booth. So what you do is you're going to you can visit the exhibitor sponsor page on the conference website and click reserve your conference exhibitor sponsorship button to complete your registration for your sponsorship if you have not. There is also a different type of registration where you can register an exhibitor representative, or you can register your exhibitor booth staff. That you can all select all of those types at the exhibitor registration portal. So you register your personnel. Your first registrant should make sure they select your sponsorship level. So if you're a silver sponsor, make sure that your first person who's registering selects silver sponsorship as your registration type. And then when you get to the second page under admission items, make sure the first person selects your sponsorship. And then when you get to the summary page, you can add exhibitor representative. There is an add exhibitor representative button. That way you kind of group everybody in your team together. So once you select that button, then you can select an exhibitor representative or an exhibitor complementary representative if your sponsorship includes those, or an exhibitor booth staff. And then you go through the process again for your second person. You can repeat this as many times as you need to add on additional staff. If you've already registered and you need to add on somebody new, you just go back into your modify your registration. You got a confirmation email. There's a modify my registration link in that email. You just go modify your registration. Again, navigate through to the summary page, and you can use that add exhibitor representative button to add on additional staff. For the complimentary registrations, we want to just make sure you understand that each registration level includes different number of complimentary registrations. So the bronze level does not include a full conference registration. I think we reached out to you all to make sure you understood that. And most of you said, yes, we're good with that. But you can still purchase a full conference registration separately, or you can purchase individual tickets for individual events like the welcome reception, or the 2 lunches on Thursday and Friday. Very popular networking events. So we want to make sure you don't feel like you're missing out if you want to at least attend those really popular events. Of course, the bronze level registration still has access to everything that's happening in the exhibitor area, which is that foyer. We're going to show that to you, which is your coffee hours and the happy hour that's happening in that exhibitor area. You still, and everything around your exhibit table, you have access to all of that, without a full conference registration. But if you want to attend any of the educational sessions or other official meals, you'll need to have a registration for that. Silver level includes 1 full registration. Gold level includes 2 full registrations. Platinum level includes 3 full registrations, and the presenting level includes 4 full registrations. When you are registering, you have several payment options online. You can, of course, pay by a credit card online, or you can select offline payments such as a purchase order, a check, or ACH. And you have the option, if you're used to dealing with Michael, no problem, send your check to Michael. If you're used to dealing with me, then no problem, you can send your check to me. Both of us are processing payments. So just want to make it clear, if all your staff must be registered. The exhibit booth staff registration is a complimentary registration. It's free of charge. You don't have to pay anything. At least have your people register as an exhibit booth staff. That way, when you go to load them into your exhibit booth, they will be able to be shown there. And when you log in, you go under team into your virtual exhibit booth area, and you can search your registered team members and then add them into your booth. But they do have to be registered. Even if they're not attending in person, if they're just somebody, virtually who you want to show in your virtual booth, make sure they're registered as an exhibit booth staff under that team. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. So we want you to book your room at the wonderful Hyatt Regency Columbus. So we're really excited by this area. It's 10 minutes from the airport. We have a great rate for our room block. Rates are available at $173 per night. And we do also have a government rate for those who are government agencies. Make sure you contact us for that great government rate, which is $131 per room night. We can help you book that if you need that government rate. So the last day is coming up to book your room in our room block, and that is May 7th. So make sure you snag those rooms, or when supplies last. I know some of our people were having trouble booking on the Wednesday and the Saturday. We've added rooms to those nights, but those are definitely getting scarce if you need the Wednesday and the Saturday. You'll find the booking link on our conference website under the location hotel tab. Okay, next slide. So loading assets into your virtual booth. So your booth administrator should have gotten an emailed invitation to create a login and have access to the exhibitor portal. Unfortunately, those emails often get stuck in your junk mail or your spam mail folders. So make sure you check those. If you still can't find it, please just reach out to either Michael or myself, and we'll be glad to resend you that emailed invitation so you can get in there and start building your booth. Helen, I don't know if it's possible for me to share my screen just briefly.
Yes, that'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to share my screen. Great. I'll share my screen just briefly and show you what the typical booth looks like for those of you who maybe haven't gotten into your booth. And I'm choosing Blinded Veterans Association's booth because almost all of their booth is complete. So when you log in, this is what you see. Is everybody seeing this? Is everybody seeing the, okay, great.
Yes, yes.
Just making sure. All right, so on the left side of your screen is are your navigation. So you have your overview here. You can see that they've already uploaded their logo. They've got their profiles looking pretty good. I'm just going to show you what their profile has there. Yes, so they've got their company description in their profile there, as well as a tagline. If you're going to have specific hours when you want to staff your booth, under the company description is where you're going to want to put those. And people will read that and they'll make sure they come and see you in the exhibit hall or come and visit you in your virtual booth at the hours that you stipulate there. So that's really good. Under the next thing you should really look at is tasks. So we've assigned you some tasks just to get ready. It's as simple as edit your exhibitor profile, steps on managing your virtual booth, sending us your program book ad. So the program book ads are for the silver, gold, platinum levels. And those ads, we need those right away if you haven't sent them to us. We're putting together a program look right this week. Booking your hotel room, you've got that information there. Again, kind of the same stuff that we're going over now is all these tasks that are in your virtual booth. Certainly, if you want to order electrical or additional services, there will be electrical outlets in the exhibit area, which is a beautiful foyer, very wide, but we can't guarantee that there'll be an outlet right next to your booth. So if you want to guarantee that you're going to have an outlet or power available, then you need to order that from the hotel. And there's a link for you to do that. Highly recommend that you bring your own extension cords, as if you have to rent those from the hotel, it will be at a premium cost. But usually there should be outlets available to you. You can get there in advance and make sure you get a spot with an outlet nearby if you need that. The other things here, we have shipping, all the shipping guidelines. We're going to cover that today, and ordering lead capture licenses. So that's really, really helpful. Once you order your lead capture license, then you can just scan attendees' tags, and once they come to your booth, and you'll capture that in a report that you can download at a later time. So really good to have those lead capture licenses as well. Something else that's really helpful here on getting your team loaded associated with your virtual booth. So under the team, under navigation here, you can click add booth staff. And I happen to know that this is Miss Leah Rowe. So let me see if I can find her. It might ask me to put her email in there. It's probably going to ask me to put her email in there, which I don't know off the top of my head. But once you put your email or your confirmation number in there, it will find you as a registered attendee, and then you'll click this add button right there. Yeah, so you can do that once your team is registered, then you'll be able to find them and add them in there. So that's kind of just a good look at what the virtual exhibit booth looks like. And we will have a time for questions at the end of today's session. You can ask all those questions. Oh, something else that's really, really, really important is this reports navigation at the bottom here. So you have access to download the engagement reports at the end of our event, right? So in attendee engagement activity. So you can, anybody who stops by your booth and you scan, or anybody who visits your virtual booth, you're going to actually get a list of all those people that visited your booth or clicked on a link or clicked on a banner of yours that's in the app. Okay. So you can then export those leads after the event and be able to get in touch with all those people. So it's a really great tool, this virtual booth. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and we can go back to your PowerPoint, Helen. All right, please note that Columbus is an Eastern Standard Time, in case anybody's wondering. And again, we'd like to see your virtual booths completed by May the 10th, because booths will be visible to the public by May the 20th. So we want to make sure that your booth is in good shape far in advance. We are going to do some accessibility testing, and it would be good to have all that content ready by then. All right, next slide. So this is the Hyatt Hotel exhibit area. Again, we're a little different. We like to put exhibitors in high traffic areas. So you see, this is the foyer. There'll be tables lining each the walls, and the coffee is going to be set up right there. So you're going to have high traffic throughout the day, walking past your booths. We also have breakouts in 3 different sets of rooms. So people will be going back and forth via this exhibit area all throughout the day. So you'll have a lot of great people to talk to, stopping by your booth. We don't like to just put you in some exhibit hall and say good luck. No, we like to have you right in the middle of the action so that you'll get lots of good foot traffic. So the dimensions of your exhibit tables are 6 foot by 30 inches wide. But you can use 6 foot by 18 inches wide. If the space is tight, just let us know. They'll be clothed and skirted in black with 1 chair and 1 trash can. The backdrop, if you're bringing your backdrop, 8 feet high would be the maximum height, and then 6 feet maximum width if you want it to be behind your table. So the Wi-Fi will be available. And you'll also be able to plug into the electrical outlets where available. But again, if you need to guarantee power, then reach out to the link in your virtual booth there to reserve that. Shipping, the hotel has asked that you label your packages in a certain way. So we want to make sure we share that an example there. You want to also reach out to our event planning manager at least 1 week prior to the expected claim date of your package, just to let her know that you're going to be mailing items to the hotel. And her name is Debbie Famigletti. She's wonderful. She's been great so far. And I've put her email address there for you, debbie.famigletti@hyatt.com. And of course, all this was in the emails that you've just received. So you'll want to make sure that you have everything labeled. It should say hold for arrival, attention, the guest name and organization, and your arrival date. And event sales manager, please put Debbie Famigletti's name on there. Of course, include your complete return address and the number of boxes, and then the address of the hotel. As to how early can you ship your items to the hotel? So they've asked that items not arrive any earlier than 1 week prior to the expected date of claim, which is Wednesday, May 20th. Okay. So I think you're going to want things by Tuesday, May 26th, right? So also note, Monday, May 25th is a holiday, so you will not be able to have, don't try to have things available for pickup on Monday, May 25th. I don't think shipping is reliable on that day. Next slide, please. All right, so pre-event marketing tools, we like to provide you as much as we can so that you can talk about with excitement what's coming up in your participation, your company's participation at this really exciting event as we lead up to that. So your booth admins will receive the attendee list on May 11th. So you will not receive contact information for those attendees who have opted out. We just want to make sure you know they do have the option to opt out. However, you are allowed to reach out to all attendees via the portal and also the virtual attendee app to make connections and appointments. But please do not email attendees who have opted out. So if you're offering prize giveaways or other special deals to the attendees, you can talk about it via your social media posts and your pre-event marketing. Okay. attendees love to win something. They just love that. Um, and we're also going to have that the attendee passport game going, where you'll be able to scan their QR codes when they come to your booth. And they're going to want to come to your booths because they have to visit a certain number of booths in order to win that free conference registration for next year. So we're really trying to encourage our attendees to really visit with you guys. We also have a conference marketing toolkit. So on the screen there is a QR code, which will take you straight to the conference marketing toolkit. We have all kinds of just easy to use marketing tools for you there. We've got, already pre-written social media posts. We've got graphics, everything you need to shout about what you're excited about coming to be part of our event. And also post and tag us. All of our social media handles are listed here. We're really good about liking your posts when you tag us, so please do that. So I've got Vision Serve Alliance's social media information, as well as Envision's social media information. Sponsors with year-round benefits. So we have spec sheets on your assets, whether it's we're offering you a feature in our e-newsletter or a little commercial from one of our upcoming webinars. So just reach out to Sue Draddy at sdraddy, that's SDRADDY, at visionservealliance.org, and we'll be glad to give you the specs for those year-round marketing benefits. Downloading the app. So we are using Cvent Events as our app. I'm sure a lot of you have used this app before. If you haven't used it, it's really very easy to use and intuitive. So you just download Cvent Events, and you'll get information as we get closer to the event. The app will launch by May 20th, the week before, and then you'll be able to also see what the attendees are seeing in terms of how easy it is to find your virtual booth and see all the information, see the clickable banner ads that will be featured, that will feature different sponsors and exhibitors throughout the event. All right. All right. I have talked a lot. I'm turning over to Michael for a little bit.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for all your support. We really appreciate you and are glad that you'll be able to join us at our collaborative conference coming up very soon. So we're really excited about that. And so I'm just going to review just a few things during the event and talk about on-site conference booth selection and setup begins on 5/27 at 12 p.m. That's at the same time that registration opens as well. And so we'll be at the registration desk, and you can check in there when you arrive and begin your setup after that. So important things to note also on that date is our opening welcome reception, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the evening. And then we also have key networking events as well. In addition to that first welcome reception, we have meals, breakfasts, coffee breaks, lunch, an exhibitor showcase after lunch on 5/28. Also a first-time attendee happy hour and offsite night at the museum. Now, first-time attendee happy hour doesn't mean that you have to be a first-time attendee to attend. We were hoping that everyone attends and acknowledges people that it may be their first time at the event, and so we want them to be able to get to understand the importance of what you are doing at the event and what you bring to the event. And so this is a really good time to get new leads and get in touch with people. On 5/29, again, we have our meals, our breakfast, our coffee break, our annual awards lunch, and exhibitor showcase after lunch again, and the dine around. And again, looking at specific parts of the schedule, we talk about exhibit booths being open. There are some exhibit hours that we talk about or half hours and different breaks, and these are all unopposed. And so we try to be a little bit different and offer as much unopposed time when there isn't education sessions going on. So particularly the things that have to do with food and drink, you want to make sure that you're attending those uh, particular networking events as well as having your booth staffed at those times. So again, the table hours are Thursday from 12 to 6 p.m. and Friday from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And then we want to talk about, depending on your level of sponsorship, you also be getting introduced during our chosen times. And your chosen attending company rep will be assigned 1, 2, or 3 minutes of podium time to talk about your company to the attendees before a session begins. Speaking at a sponsored session gives a face to the brand and positions them as experts on your particular topic, making them more credible to attendees. Your assigned intro session will be communicated to you the week before the event. So on our booth cleanup, that will be Friday, 5/29 after 6:30 p.m. and no later than noon on 5/30. That's excuse me. Yeah, no later than noon on May 30th. So that is the conclusion of the general conference. So and we'll go to the next slide. Lead collection. Attracting people to your booth is a key. Remember your pre-event marketing. Other ideas are prize giveaways in your booth with sign-up form for attendees to fill out to generate additional contact leads. There's also the order lead capture licenses through the exhibitor portal. And you can use your cell phone then to scan attendee badges. So regardless of if attendee had opted out of being on the list that's sent to you, you can scan anyone with that QR code and be able to capture their contact information. So that can be very valuable to you too. Also, you can assign staff to respond to any virtual messages that are sent through your virtual booth. So when you're setting up your virtual booth, you'll again work through those different tasks on selecting your people and being able to do that. Then again, as Wendy mentioned earlier, you also be able to run reports and download a list of attendees who visited your booth and clicked on your banner and at the end of your event. So in addition to the different lead captures, what makes that kind of interesting too is after you capture someone's information, you can write a quick little note, say like follow up by such and such a date, or what was the manner of the contact. So again, if you've used lead capture before, you know the value of this. And so we hope that many of you sign up for that as well too. So there's a support article on managing your booth. That link is also included in the virtual portal as well. And we find that valuable to do that as well.
All right, back over to me. All right, post-event. So we're going to get there to what do you do after your event? So again, Michael just mentioned you'll be able to pull that detailed report of attendee interactions, and of course you'll have also collected contacts from people that stopped by your booth and that you met at the dine around perhaps. Really want to make sure that you know that the value of these informal coffee time where you're just chatting with people, whether getting a cup of coffee or at breakfast or lunch. It's really great, just this informal networking time. The dine around, let me just say that again, the dine around, is something, if you've never experienced a dine around, Vision Serve Alliance and Envision, we're reserving restaurants within walking distance and tables of 8. So you sign up to go to a restaurant and you're going to have 7 new friends. And as you can look to see, you stop by the registration table and see who's going where. If you have a certain contact that you're really hoping to make, go to that restaurant. All right. And then you'll have time over dinner. It's really a very valuable opportunity that dine around is. So that's going to be Friday night. So really encourage you to do that. And when then people are assembling to go on the dine around, we're actually going to have them assemble in front of a certain booth in the exhibit hall. So for instance, let's see, I could have people go to the ACB booth to get to the certain restaurant. And so they're going to be lining up right there with you. So again, we're really encouraging folks to be there, and you could sign up to be there with them. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you offered a prize, we ask please mail or email the prize to the winner within 1 week of the end of the conference. And continue to post and share your excitement about being at the conference on your social media. Please tag us, and we'll be sure to like and share your posts. And then send a follow-up email to the attendees list with further information. Your attendees will also be able to log into the Virtual Attendee Hub website and the app for 60 days after the live event to keep accessing your virtual booth information. So you'll continue to get more engagement, we hope. So, and also we'll send you a sponsor post-event survey. So please, we encourage you give us your honest feedback. We want to know what worked for you. And if something didn't work, we want to know that too, because your feedback really helps us to improve the event for the future years. Again, those sponsors that are receiving year-round benefits, you just reach out to myself or Sue Dratty on fulfilling your year-round benefits, including webinar sponsorships, live commercials, and e-newsletter ads. All right, we are at the Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself, come right off of and ask your questions. We are all ears.
Wendy, this is Michael. I would just want to clarify one thing. I think it said as far as what is received with your booth, in addition to the table, it's actually, I believe we've contracted with the hotel that we have 2 chairs. So
thank you. Okay,
yeah.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah, table skirted, 2 chairs, and a wastebasket. So
great.
Hi, it's Amy from Vispero. I have a quick question, and thank you, Michael and Wendy, for all your help along the way. Apologies if I missed this, but are we assigned booth numbers, and when do we receive those, as well as is there an exhibitor map available?
There will be an exhibitor map available, and really it's optional. If you would like a booth number pre-assigned for you, we're happy to do that, so you can put that in your pre-event marketing. So just if you'd like to have that assigned, you just reach out to either Michael or myself, and we'll be glad to assign you that.
Okay, thank you. Because I also ordered the electrical, and I know the company had asked for booth number, but I just put the company name. I just wanted to make sure that they know where to find us for the power drop. Cool.
Any other new exhibitors here that have never been to our events?
I'm pretty new at ACB, so I can't speak for sure, but I think that this is our first time at sponsoring.
Oh, wonderful. I know we've worked with you guys, and we're excited that Scott Thornhill is an incoming board member for Vision Serve Alliance. Yay! We love Scott. So yeah, I think you're in for a really great time, really great conference. Grace, are you going to be assigned to be at the booth most of the time?
Yes, I will be at the booth.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you'll have lots of people walking to your space, and of course, you have opportunities to get coffee with everybody, and those 2 happy hours right before people head out to their evening activities. Just that informal networking time. I really encourage you to mix and mingle around the area there with the attendees.
We're all really looking forward to it. Thank you for hosting.
Awesome.
I just had one quick question. If you can select your staff in the booth staff option in the portal, that means they already are registered, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That is, you're seeing the right people. That means they're already registered.
All right, perfect. Just wanted to verify.
Great.
Wendy, would you guys be able to email this PowerPoint so we can reference back to it? I'm not sure that we have that booth already created, and I don't think I've seen the email, but I didn't register myself. My manager did, so I need to. I don't know if he did that or not. So I just
Remind me, Johanna, what's the name of your company?
Christian Record Services.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have already registered and you already
Uh-huh.
have a booth created, but I don't think I've seen your name before. So you probably are not yet set up as a booth admin. Should you be the booth admin?
Probably so, since I'm the only one that's actually going to the event.
Hey.
Right now, Calvin is admin and they have no
Right.
other booth staff, so.
Right. Okay. So probably we just need to go in there and add me to that, right? Because I know I am registered, so I
Mhm.
have my confirmation.
I'd be
Um,
glad to do that right now.
okay,
I'm there right
perfect.
now for Christian Record Services. And what is your email, Johanna?
That would be Joanna. That's YOHANNA.TRECHE at christianrecord.org. Can repeat that if you need me to.
Yes. Johanna, like I see on your screen name there, .CHRE at
That TRE, like my second last name on the screen, TRECHE.
TRECHE. Got it.
Yes.
TRECHE. Got it. At christianrecord.org.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And
All
there's
right.
a dot between Joanna and the last name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There we go. I've just sent it to you. And again, check your spam and junk folders if you don't see it right away. They do go in there a lot. And it should
Oh,
come from Michael Epp. You'll see that invitation to create your login.
I see it. Thank you
Oh,
very
great.
much.
All right, you're in.
I had some questions. I was looking for the build virtual exhibit. And is that available from the portal or where is the access to that? I'm just having a hard time. Or do you have an example of one that's built so I can just see what we're talking about there?
Oh, that's the one I showed, the BVA booth.
Okay, so that's the booth is just the exhibitor portal.
That's it. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's gonna
I thought
look
it was a separate thing that we had to set up, so I was
so
getting
the
concerns
exhibitor
that I didn't
portal.
know.
The booth will look slightly different. You know, when you actually look at and when you can log into the virtual attendee hub on a computer or on the app, Cvent events. So again, it will launch a week before, and as soon as you get that, you'll get an email inviting you to log in. You can log in on the computer or the app and view what your virtual booth looks like. So it looks a little bit different. You know, you'll have your banner ad, and you'll have your logo, and you'll have a nice profile. You'll be able to load in all kinds of video links or links to documents, information, flyers, whatever you want. You can pretty much, it's almost unlimited how many things you can load in there, right? So you'll be able to see that. But the exhibitor portal is just the back end that you have access to start loading everything into your profile. Tina, have you received that invitation to access that?
Yeah, I'm in the exhibitor portal and I've gotten most of my tasks done. I got my booth staff and everything. I just didn't when I went to click on the support for the virtual booth, it was just kind of a general help. And so I was like, is there a third, something else I'm supposed to be adding this stuff to? But it sounds like to add videos and things, I just have to wait until I get the invite a little bit later, and then I'll be able to go in and kind of add more things.
You should be able to access adding all of your attachments, videos, links now. What's the name of your company?
Ocutech, OCUTECH.
Let's take a look. There's there's a specific feature that has to be enabled for you to upload, and all of them should be enabled. So I'm just going to double check that. Let's make sure that you have that feature. Yeah, you should be seeing that right away when you log into the virtual exhibit booth, to the portal. you should see that option.
So you can actually, again, just to make sure, you can create upload videos or anything that you want to share about your company on there on the exhibitor portal, right?
Correct. That should be enabled. I'm just double checking that now.
Okay.
Which
Yes.
section would that be under? Like the overview, profile?
I think so.
I was asking which one.
I think it's under profile. Do you know for sure, Michael? I'm just double checking that it's enabled.
Let's see here.
I have exhibitor information, contact info. There's images, but it's just a company logo and a virtual booth banner, and then other information like mobile phone, tax ID. I don't see anything else.
Exhibitor content. Exhibitors can add and edit virtual booth content. That is enabled. So video management is allowed. It looks like that was not enabled for everybody. So I thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm just making sure that that is assigned to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got that enabled for video management, file management. All right. That is also enabled. And the last one is link management. Very good. So we've got that enabled as well.
Okay.
All right. So if you refresh your screen, you should see that now. And I'll go take a look quickly to see where that is exactly.
Oh, it looks like it added a folder called content, maybe? A tab to the side that says content.
There you go.
Oh, it went away.
In overview, there is a content uploaded now, and you can view content supposedly, and then
Yes, content. Yes.
So
So
under
under
overview, you see,
content,
right?
there's videos, files, and links.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
So if you want to add, links to a video, if you want to add an actual video, you can do that. Of course, if you want to just add a YouTube link, that would be under links. Files, if you want to upload a flyer or some kind of a PDF that you would like people to see.
I have another question. I don't know if you are done with the other one, the other
Sure.
question that was there. Okay. So can you expand a little more on lead capture licenses? And I'm just wondering because we have link like LINQ QR codes that we typically use to capture information and be able to communicate back and forth. So I don't know if that is basically the same thing or if we are required to get those or how, if you can expand a little bit on that. Sorry.
Well, from what we know is that this is guaranteed to pull the contact information from the people that have provided it in registration. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm not sure that what you have will accurately read the QR code I mean, if you're using your own QR codes at your booth or something, I mean, that might be different, but
Right. If you have the attendee scan your QR code, I don't know if you have your own means of tracking them that way. I don't know. That's possible, right?
Right, we do, but I was just wondering if it was kind of like the same thing to get the licenses from here, or like if it will function the same, like to capture their information and be able to follow up afterwards. Okay.
Right. It does. It does give you their registration information, their first name, last name, email, their work address, that kind of information.
Okay.
And there is also a new option in the app this year. The attendees can actually enable a QR code to share different contact information with a QR code. So you'll be able to, attendees and sponsors can share their information using the app that is in, using the QR code scanner that's in the app, but that is optional. And attendees may or may not feel technologically, adept at setting that up. So it may not share very much information. It falls on those attendees that want to get in there and really network to allow the sharing of their contact information. The lead capture license, it ensures you get all that contact information. And of course, the attendee is willingly letting you scan their badge is going to have that QR code. And so you'll be able to get that information. That's the advantage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, here's our contact information. Both Michael and myself, we know a lot of you. You know us, and we're really looking forward to all of seeing you in Columbus, as well as meeting all of our new sponsors and exhibitors there in Columbus. And if you think of anything else that you have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us. We're just happy to answer your questions. And again, as Michael said, thank you so much for your support. We're really excited to see you in Columbus.